because
How
everybody who
come
said they was
nobody's
coming on
on?
and they're not here.
That's what I was saying too.
Wow.
How come nobody's on?
Right. It's Michelle speaking.
Hi, hi, hi.
There's
We
CC.
were on chatting for 22 minutes, y'all.
Man, and the thing about it is, I thought it was up. It said that we were live up here, but when Tamara went looked on the phone to look, there was nothing. Yes, YouTube is weird. It is weird. You are so right. But we
But
were
I did see I was live on my channel.
who?
I was live on my channel.
Oh, I wasn't on mine.
I
Neither
couldn't
one of
find
mine.
it. Let me
That
check
makes
both
no
of them.
sense.
Oh
That
my
makes no
God.
sense. But we're here now.
Hi, everybody. We're going to do this again, Stephanie.
Yes, we're gonna get it back, honey. We're gonna talk. We're gonna start with what was it? The father.
Oh, the father.
I saw the father's interview. Hello, One Way Design.
Hi, Ray.
The father's interview. Well, the father was saying that he didn't know nothing about the money. He didn't know about any confusion going on. He knew nothing. He said the first time he heard about the money is when they asked him on the interview.
Oh, wow.
And how he was supportive of both his daughters. He said, but he hates the fact that they are fighting in public like that and everybody can see all his nonsense. But he did say that he did the first contract for Latasha when she was 11 years old. So that's why the mother is hanging on her, because he thought Latasha was going to be the grand big star and have all these big deals and the money, but her career didn't take off like the mother thought it was.
Gotcha.
Because when the father said he noticed that when they became the group and became Escape, he said, he said they had another name, and I can't even remember the other name. He said they were going by another name, and then they came up with the name Escape. Said then they got the deal with, and they were singing. He said that the contract and stuff was more than he could handle, so he went and found them another manager, and that's who managed them doing their career with Escape. And I was like, okay, I get where the father's coming from. I get it. Because I said this is a hot mess that they didn't, this whole thing with the mother and the money and the checks with that's not Tamika's handwriting. And she said, well, I think that the mama loves Latasha more because she thought Latasha was going to be the one bringing all the big bucks and she can hang on to Latasha.
Very unfair. I agree with that, Michelle.
Yes.
Very unfair.
Yes, she's very unfair. I wasn't liking the whole thing with the mama.
She's edited to be unfair.
Yes.
Let's be fair.
But if you look at her body language, I said earlier, her body language and her facial expressions, you see that that's her. It's not an act, because the way she would hug Latasha and the way she would hug Tamika, it was so ugly. I know parents sometimes have a favorite, but you don't do all of that.
Right.
Because it's still your children. No matter what it is, they're still your child.
So
but then I heard, did you hear Jermaine Dupree's message?
No.
Oh, girl, I saw that last night. Jermaine said, what did she say? You should pray for the best for your children. If they give you something, be grateful. True. That's true. But it seemed like the mother's only out for money from Natasha. Don't just reject it. Yeah. You don't have to expect that they're going to share it. True. Because sometimes they don't. They leave their parents high in the dust. It depends on how the parent was with them when they were younger, growing up, and they remember that.
And sometimes that doesn't make a difference either.
True. That's true.
Yeah.
What you cook?
What's for dinner, Ray? So, everybody in the chat, have you guys been watching not just the series, but actually paying attention to all of the interviews and all of the exposés, and there's so much content out there
Yes.
on this topic, y'all. It's hard for us to keep up. Like, I'm trying to be ready to talk about everything, but I didn't see the interview with the father. I saw the Instagram live with Latasha. I I saw the Ricky Smiley thing. I
Right.
saw the Candy speak on it
Right.
with her and Tiny.
On her on
There's
did you
so
hear
much
did you hear
more.
her? Did you hear Candy on the Ricky Smiley show?
Oh, I did hear that. I did do that one too.
Okay.
When she called in after Latasha left, I thought that was
Yes.
hilarious.
Yes. Yes.
So everything Tasha said,
I was like,
and
oh my
you just
goodness.
went bop and box it down. I was too. It's a lot. It's a lot. Yeah.
Yes. She had chili beans and rice with garlic
That
bread and
sounds good, Ray.
girl, come on now.
And a small piece. Ray, you did all of that. How long it took you? He's a fast cook.
Yes, they are messy.
Very messy,
Yes.
Cece. Very
Yes.
messy. You know, and just like Shalomi said last week, entertaining, because the entertainment value is through the roof,
Yes.
right? But it is sad to see family going through
Right.
that, especially
For them to
public.
be arguing and
Yeah,
fighting over
yeah,
stuff like this. But then, like today, right before I got ready to come up here to get online,
yeah,
there was a thing on, I think it was on YouTube, I
yeah.
think, where Latasha wants to give her sister her money, so as long as she don't press charges against her.
Ooh, now it's gotten to that part.
Yes, because now I got the proof that this is not my signature and this is your husband's signature underneath that's supposed to be my name. And here's a document showing that you changed my address and sent a copy of my passport to say that I lived with you in New York where my money was going. And
Hmm.
you directly deposited my money into your account by forging my name. So
Mm-hmm.
now she has all this proof that you, your husband, and your mama can go to jail, and you telling her now that you're willing to make amends with her and you're willing to give her her money as long as she doesn't press charges against you.
But see, that's the thing.
If you didn't take her money,
But she
then
wasn't trying to. That's why this is just coming out 10 years later. You should have been had this conversation and give the
yes,
child her money back, allegedly,
there's
right?
just way
Because
too
if
much
you,
going on to be fighting and carrying on, especially with family. I wish
yeah,
people would be do right by one another. Yes,
absolutely right.
stealing her money and changing it
Yeah,
to send it to you like that was wrong in a nutshell. This girl has kids and a husband, and you could have took almost 100 grand from this girl, and
basically,
you thought
CC.
nothing of it. And now she finds out that so much money was taken, and she has the documentation to
Because
prove
it's not even we're
everything.
fixated on this $30,000.
But it's
It's
more
not
than
just
that.
$30,000. It's more,
It
right?
could be up. That's why I said it could be up to $100,000
It could be
allegedly
right.
that was taken from her. And this girl has children and she has a husband. She has things to do at her home. And you took all this money allegedly and
Mm-hmm.
deposited these checks into your accounts.
And she was pregnant at the time.
Yes. So
Mm-hmm.
that was wow. And have Tiny's mother say that when she did this for her husband, she remembered the girls and got called them and got all the
And that's
information
how she,
and
yeah,
put all
yeah,
their information up there so they could get their
yeah,
money. It was
yeah,
just sitting there. And so
right.
once they got in it, they were getting lump sum
All the
checks at first, 30,
residual, yeah,
forty
all the,
thousand
yeah.
dollars at one time because this money was
Mm-hmm.
sitting there waiting on them to collect.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I don't get my money, but you get your money.
Mm-hmm.
And then when I call and find out where my money is, you tell me my checks have been going to New York to this address.
So wait. Latasha was also getting her own money at the time,
Exactly.
right? She would have gotten her
Yes.
own
Latasha was
residual
getting her
from
money
that.
and her sister's money.
Hmm.
Yes, ma'am.
But you know what? I was watching something last night. Like I tell you, I can't keep track, so I don't know
I know they
where
be
it
popping
was.
all over where I see
But it
something.
was something, and it was showing a text message between. Oh, it was the show.
Yes,
It was Sunday's show
when
when
they
Candy
with this
and
threatening
Tiny
text.
at the end they brought them in to talk about. They brought Latasha in to talk about the fact that Rocky allegedly has been taking kickbacks
Yes,
from the promoter, and you had the text, and the
yes.
text was saying, "Oh, she's gonna." Take care of getting all the other girls in because the guy was saying, "Oh, make sure I get all four girls." And then Rocky allegedly, it seemed from the text messages, was saying, "Oh yeah, Tasha's gonna do it. I just need to let her. Oh, send me some more money because I just showed her the $10,000 that you deposited, and she's on board, or whatever it is." So it's
Wow.
almost like she knows
She knows
what's going
now.
on, but she's playing dumb,
Yeah.
like she
Hmm.
doesn't know.
And the
And
whole
notice
affair
she
thing.
always said, I didn't steal your money.
Yes,
She's
that's what she
never
constantly
in
says.
I've never
I
seen her
didn't steal
say
it.
Rocky didn't, we didn't. It's always
I I didn't
right?
steal your money. I didn't take your money.
Yep. Did you see when Ricky Smiley was trying to ask them about it on the show?
Yes. And she kept trying to avoid it.
Mm, 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 mm. Mm.
I listened to Ricky and I got out the car. I got back
And
in
he's
the
like, "Oh,
car.
the receipts." She posted. Brett was like, "Yeah, she posted the receipts," and the
Yeah, she
lady,
had the receipts and
and
all
oh,
the
and
fake
she said
signatures and
accountant.
everything.
She said the accountant. She was talking about Tamika's mother.
That is too funny.
Um,
I think
Tamika Tiny.
what
That was
also
funny.
got me was
Hmm.
the affair thing about the mistress. Now him saying,
Wow.
look now, Flugarissa said the white accountant. That's exactly what they said. They were tiny mama.
Right? That was Tiny.
Yes, I
And
think.
oh, did you see? Oh wait, and then they were going back and forth with oh, what's his name? What's his real name? And
Um,
Brett was like, well, I don't
yes,
really know
she said, I
what
don't
his real
know.
name is. And then they were going that back and forth. I was cracking up. Hi,
Because she
Frugal.
said all she know,
I was
her
cracking up.
Frugalista, she said all she
Mhm.
knows is they call him Rocky. She don't know what his name
Exactly.
is. And that's when he said,
Exactly.
Brad, you know me. You know me. She
Yeah.
said, what you
You know
mean? What you
what
mean?
you mean?
What you mean? I know you. What you mean? She says, I know of you. I know your name is Rocky. But what you mean? I
You
don't. What
know
you
me, Brad.
mean?
You know me. What is I don't know nothing. I don't know you like that.
That's right. She said, I don't know you like that. What you
I don't
mean?
know you like that. What you mean? Oh, that was
I
hilarious.
cracked up. I said, "Oh wow, oh wow, oh
And
Brad."
you
I
see
said,
when they asked him about the mistress,
"Yeah." He
how he
went.
tiptoed his way around that conversation. He went around the world before he came back and never actually made it. Oh my, what do y'all think about that? Tell
Oh
us in the chat. If you heard that interview, you have to go back and watch it. What
yes,
do you think about that interview on Ricky Smiley with
another
Latasha
interview that I'm going to
and
go look at that I meant to look at today and forgot is the interview with the mistress. I want to hear what she had to say
oh, you know
because
what?
I didn't
I
see it.
think we haven't been able to find the interview with the mistress. I think that's because you got to pay for it on Tasha K's channel. I
What?
might be wrong. There's a like a sneak peek, right? There's a little
Now I saw a
sneak
sneak
peek.
peek, but
Yeah, but
I
if
was
you tried
looking
to find
for
the
the
interview,
interview.
you couldn't find the actual interview, right?
Wow,
Because it says part two, but then you're like, okay, well, where's part one? And part two was only like 3 minutes, 5 minutes, or something like that. I
wow.
think you have to go and pay for it over on her channel.
I hope you don't because I want to see what that is. I want to see what that
Mhm.
interview is. Let's see the. Mm, I think you do.
Yep, absolutely. It's funny watching what's going on Just how stuff is playing out, you know?
Oh, explosive call, more side chicks and lies. I have to see that.
Mm-hmm.
But I was looking at it. So, did anybody see the interview with the mistress? Let us
I
know in
don't
the
know.
chat. Did anybody see the mistress's interview?
I don't
I
know.
don't think anybody has. I know when they talked to Jermaine Dupri about it, and he was
Oh, you
like,
did?
I knew nothing about it. He said he didn't even know. He said he didn't even know why this escape Tasha got to pay Cardi B back. Oh,
You are so right about that one.
that's right.
Oh, she making up for lost time. She sure
Because that
is.
girl, when she that lawsuit with Cardi B, woo, and then you gonna get up there in court and tell them that you ain't paying taxes on your stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That was dumb on her end. When I saw that,
That
I
is
was
so
like,
funny,
this girl
Fergalicious.
is up here saying all this
So
stuff
funny.
in court, saying she ain't paying taxes on all this money she's making on Instagram, on YouTube.
Mm-hmm. But she making it everywhere. It's not just YouTube,
Yeah, but she wasn't paying
Facebook,
taxes on her money.
and also on her website now.
Right. So now that it's all coming to reality, oh yeah, she had to pay Cardi B. Was it $1 million? She
Upwards
had to
of a
pay Cardi
million.
B for the
Mm-hmm.
lies she was making up on Cardi B.
Yes, Miss Michelle.
Cardi B took her to court,
Mm-hmm.
and I think that I want to see the side chicks interview. Oh, it's
4 million.
4 million. Okay, Frugarista.
Oh
It was
wow.
4 million. I thought it was 8 million, but it's 4 million she has to pay Cardi B.
Mm-hmm.
Woo.
That's a nice change.
Yes, it is. Yes, that is. Oh my goodness.
But
I think
she makes it easy.
yeah,
I think she make money.
because she got a million point six, 1.6 million
It's the
followers.
views. It's the
And her
views.
views is 200. This view on this episode right now is 284,000 views.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Wow.
It's the views.
I
She's
need
making.
those views.
I'll take a few.
Uh, exactly. But I think I want to. I know I want to watch the Mitchell's interview. I saw the husband's interview when he jumped on Rick and Smile and saw some of that, and I saw him trying to avoid questions. And then I saw Latasha talking about that she wanted in the show where her sister came over where they were recording. She was in the booth,
Yeah.
and she come out, and sister come in, and Rocky said, "Hi,
Mm-hmm.
how you doing?"
Mm-hmm.
She did not acknowledge him at all.
Mm-hmm.
And then she come out the booth, and then Rocky left out the room while those two talked. And Latasha, I miss my sister, and we haven't talked in 3 months, and this and this and that. I'm going.
3 months is a long time now. I'm sorry.
That's a long time, and something
And
should have
it's
been done a long time ago.
I'm just like, wait a minute, y'all don't know where each other live?
Exactly.
Do a
And that's
drive
what
by.
Tamika said to her when she leaves. You know where I live.
Exactly. Do a drive by. You know where your
So
sister
I was
live?
like, why would you let something go this long without sitting down talking to your sister and dealing with it? Now, somebody outside your family, I can see it dragging on for that long because y'all,
Right.
don't see each other, whatever. But this is your blood sister. You have the same mother and father. How can you let that go that long? Because
But
my sister and I, when
listen,
we
so
argue, we may not speak to each other for a day or two. Maybe sometimes it don't last that long.
not
And
much.
then we'll start talking and laughing again.
Mm-hmm. So did everybody see this week's episode?
What did you think about this week's episode? Somebody
But I
can say
remember,
something.
Miss Steph, remember I was saying that as far, yeah, absolutely. But remember I was saying that when they did the recording for the 6 episodes for the show that we're watching, they were doing that as promo for a one night show that they were going to have, right?
Right.
It wasn't supposed to be a tour. So, what Candy's point was when I saw her and Tiny on her speak on it was that this was so when people are saying, oh, well, maybe you can headline some and they can headline the
Right.
others, it was supposed to be just one night. And the reason why they were coming at it looking saying who's gonna open, which song's gonna close, and
Right.
who's gonna are we headlining or whatever that was, is because they have done shows with SWV before, and in those shows Escape is always a headliner and
Right.
Escape
I
usually
saw
closes,
that when they were talking about that.
and
Yeah.
they usually get paid what they get paid. Now remember, that's all on your manager,
Yes.
right?
Because
If
Coco
our
was saying
manager's like, oh, we're
that she was
getting
feeling, Coco said she was feeling
mhm,
some type of way
mhm,
because she wasn't getting, they didn't get the money they should have gotten. But that's
mhm,
something you do when you first start a deal. You get your money and who's going to do what before you sign
up
that paper.
front.
You just
Mhm.
don't go into it and you don't know who's doing what. That's stupid. Because
Yeah.
I was looking at that point when Coco said that they were talking about the clothes. Did you hear him talking about the
Oh my
clothes?
gosh. You mean when they were at Big Boy's place where they walked in and somebody was like, oh, stripper clothes or something like that. I don't remember
Yes.
what it was. Oh yeah,
Because
yeah.
the girl said we don't do stripper clothes like them do. We cover up. And I was like, oh my goodness, this is gonna be a hot mess of these
Mm-hmm.
clothes. And then to think that Latasha has her own person that does her clothes. She doesn't use the same
Mm-hmm.
person that they do. So everybody
Mm-hmm.
can be sort of together. Because I was seeing that picture of them and Escape, the three girls had on the red with the
Mm-hmm.
the gems and all that in, and she got on this big gold something. I was like, oh wow.
Mm-hmm.
You're
But see,
supposed to
if
be a
you're in a
group.
group and you're already separating yourself in that way, can you imagine all the other ways? And then it was also interesting how there was something that happened in the show where, oh, I think it was at the end where they were talking about, I don't remember what they were talking about, but Latasha, you normally see her walking in by herself, and all
Right.
of a sudden it's her and then like 5 other people, right? So it's almost like, okay, well,
My
now
entourage
you
has to
know that the
come.
entourage, once the entourage is here, you know it's a rocky type of situation.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Because he was saying that she was a star and they were beneath her. They were under
Mhm.
her. That's what he said. And I was like, man.
But you know what my husband always say? He's always like, Tam, if she was so talented and she was supposed to have her record deal right before or right at the end of them making the third album, right? Why has it taken her? And she's, oh my God, I can't believe I haven't a record deal. Why has it taken her 20 something years to get another
Yes.
deal?
And
That's the
see,
part that is a
they
little.
asked Jermaine Dupri about her when she did that episode where she said that told everybody that you can go and have babies and you can do what you do.
Mhm,
I'm gonna have
mhm,
my own contract and I'm gonna be the
mhm,
singer, blah 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 blah. Jermaine said he told her that that might be okay, but he never said that he was going to do a single with just her because he said he admit that him and Candy did have a little thing going on. And he would write songs, and he would write songs for Candy to lead, and Latasha was getting mad. So then when her song did big, he wrote another one for Candy to lead, and Latasha got mad. So then he wrote a
mhm,
song for Latasha to lead, and she was fine. And when the next one came out, it was another one for Candy. And he said he wasn't trying to start no mess. He just, at that time, he was messing with Candy, so he was writing songs for his girl. And he said,
Mm.
but they wasn't serious. They were just
Mhm.
messing around, he said.
They were kicking it.
That's it. So he said that maybe he did cause a little conflict, but he wasn't doing it intentionally. He was just writing a song for Candy. And
Mm.
Candy's songs went big. And then Latasha got jealous and he wrote a song for her and it went big.
Hmm.
But he said that he don't even know why they broke up. He says, and if you ask them, he said Tiny and Candy have never said why they split. He says, so if they don't know why they split, how you think I know how they split up?
Mhm.
But one thing they didn't ask him is, do you own the name? And nobody
Oh, what
asked
did
him
he
that.
say? We're
They
talking
didn't
about
ask him that, and that's what I want to know: who owns the name Escape? But he said, but
because
Jermaine did say this. He said that Candy and Tiny did go out there and hustle and get their names and faces out there by
yeah,
doing the reality shows and appearing on the Masked Singer, and Tiny continued to write songs and be out there and be out in the light with Ti and be out there and do her thing, where they're both, making their paper. They making paper doing other things.
they're
And
hustling.
he
You can't
said
knock the
they got
hustle.
there and they
Say
they got
we
their
all got the
hustle.
same 24 hours. That's what he said.
And
We
he
all get
said,
the
but
same 24 hours.
Tamika didn't hustle, and neither did not Latasha. They was waiting for something to come along and not out there making it happen.
Well,
And he
I don't know
said,
about
so
Tasha, but I do remember I used to see Tamika doing like them stage plays,
yeah,
like Tyler Perry and stuff like
yeah, I
that. I
saw
don't
her
know
doing
about
a
Tasha,
couple of
but I know
those
I saw Tamika
stage
do a few of
plays.
those.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But Tamika is she started doing spots in shows and movies, and trying to get behind the scenes and being in directing categories. So to me, Tamika was getting out there being seen behind the camera and some in front of the camera. So she
Mm-hmm.
wasn't stagnant, but she just wasn't letting you know that she was part of Escape, because a lot of the younger people didn't know that her and Latasha were part of Escape, but they knew
Right,
Candy
but
and
even a
Tiny.
lot of the people with Tiny and Candy, the younger folks
They
are
didn't know it
familiar
either.
with them from other things, but they didn't know that they were a part of this group.
No, they didn't know they were part of Escape. And that's what he
Mhm.
was saying. He said that they were doing their own thing and they really didn't keep Escape relevant. They only talked about what they were doing right there and promoting and hustling for what they were doing, but they
Mhm.
wasn't bringing up anything about Escape. And he said that was the thing that he noticed, that Escape wasn't being promoted,
Mhm.
as much as SWV was out there touring and they were being seen.
Right, because remember, Escape has been obliterated since the 90s, right?
Yes.
And they weren't
Yes.
going out trying to become a group again. And just like somebody said, I think last night on some show I was watching, I don't remember, but Tiny and Candy doesn't need this tour.
No, they don't.
They don't need this reality show. They don't need the tour. They already have their stuff made,
Right.
right? So for them to come back and tour together, everybody's making bag, but not everybody needs the bag. It's just an
Right.
additional, right? So really, if
That's
you
it.
look at it, the two sisters need it the most,
Yes.
right? The two
Yes.
sisters needed the most. No shade to them, but they needed the most.
And seeing SWV has been out there touring and being on cruise ships. They was on the
Because they all need,
the, the
right? Because they all need it. Were you watching SWV? It's been a long road for them. And that's
yes.
why I kind of like the idea of watching them on this show where it's like the other girl group is going at it and not them.
Yes.
because they've paid their dues. They've struggled together. They've done all these different things already.
Yes.
And a lot of it played out in their reality shows that they were doing years and years and years ago.
Right.
They were just starting to
When they
figure
got
out
back together as
how
a
to get
group.
back together and
Yeah.
do this thing. And they all realized, look, we are better together than apart. We all need each other.
Yes.
Because as talented as Coco is, Coco couldn't go out there and make it on her own either.
Yes.
Right? But at least Coco can say, okay, well, I did have a solo album.
Right.
Tasha can't say that. Right? Candy can
That's right.
say, I had a solo album.
Right.
Tasha can't say that. You know,
That's
Coco
right.
did have her own album. I mean, it didn't do as well as she would have done with SWV, but
Right.
they're better together than apart. And it's like, okay,
Yeah,
well, now
because
we have to put our big girl panties on,
right.
forget about who screwed who and who wasn't this and who did that and
Right.
why the group broke up and whose ego was too big and who was a diva and who blah, blah, blah. Let's now go out and make this money.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Because they learned that, like you said, from the episodes back, the shows back that they did, because they were catty at
Right.
first. But
They
then they
were.
saw that, okay, we need to grow up. And we know that I can't work alone to make this money, and you can't work alone to make this money, and she
Right.
can't do it either. But if we
Right.
all three together, we can make this money.
Mm-hmm.
And so they grew up, and they right now are in a good place. Because I remember it was episodes back, a show back with SWV, when Coco didn't want to go on concert because her son was in jail or something. She wanted to go get her son out and do all this stuff with her son. They were like, he gonna be back there tomorrow because he gonna do back and do what he was doing before. And she was like, you don't understand. I love my son. I'm gonna go get him. Blah blah blah. So I remember when they did do their cat fighting. But as you see, they
Right.
have matured, and they now it's all about making that money. And
Right.
they work together. Like I said, they put the book girl draws on, and they making this money. But
And they're doing well touring. From
they
what they
are.
were
They're
saying
doing really
last
well.
week, they're doing well touring.
But it's just the stuff with this money that's missing with Escape. When your sister got all the proof and documentation, and she can send you to jail. And now, before I come on live tonight, she is, I don't know, I can't remember, it was Instagram. I don't know where I saw that. It's on one of them platforms where
Mm-hmm.
Latasha was saying that she would give her sister the money, all the money, as long as she didn't have press charges and send her
I
to
haven't
jail.
watched that. I haven't seen that.
And I need to go back and find it, because I'm like,
Did she
wow.
give her an ultimatum?
Why'd you tell her you gonna, if she talking more, you gonna sit out the sex tape? Me myself being crazy as I am, if she'd have told me that, I told her put sex tape out there. Go ahead and release it.
Right? Because remember, the sister did tell her that the tape got stolen.
Yeah, it was stolen out my safe. She said, well, who has the combination? Me and my husband. So who took it?
Yeah.
Oh, and then the part that got me, that I saw, that Rocky had Tamika's phone cloned. So that's how he got the supposedly naked pictures of Tamika, because he's been cloning her phone. He had access. He somehow know he got on with the phone company that the phones are with, and got access to her text messages and her pictures.
That's crazy.
So that's how he got all of the pictures. He claimed that she sent him the sex pictures.
That's crazy.
I was like, oh my goodness, this is your husband.
And he also said something about Todd in that threatening text message.
They were talking about, I know they threatened to blackmail her and to say something about
Todd and some transgender person or something.
It was something he was supposed to have done outside the marriage, and they were going to put that out there along with the sex tape, to if she talked about the money anymore. But what
Because
gets me is,
remember, there was something, Miss Stephanie, what was it we were watching? And Natasha was like, oh, my sister got receipts. Remember, I got receipts too.
yes,
Oh, was it in that conversation they were having?
that was on another interview that she did. She did a
Yeah,
live on
she was
YouTube
basically saying that
where she
she
said
has
she has
receipts
receipts too.
too of things. I was
But
like, what?
but anyway it go, you stole this money, and
Hmm.
it's over the amount to be a federal, a felony.
Mm-hmm.
You stole, supposedly stole several
Allegedly.
checks, several checks
Mm-hmm.
that could lead up to over $100,000, and now you want to backpedal because she got proof that y'all signed this, y'all deposited it, y'all changed the address, and it's not her handwriting on any of the paperwork.
Hmm.
And when she showed one of the papers, she showed where it was the original document with the address and stuff blacked out, you could tell that the handwriting was way different from what the other paper was.
Hmm.
So I was like, oh man, they're going to go to jail if she doesn't press charges against them with that. Wherever they at, if the district attorney sees that, he may go for it himself.
Yeah. It's
Because
crazy.
wrong is wrong. And you look at it, jail time, and then you're going to say, no matter what happens, um,
Love my sister.
she says, hey, Tam,
Who's that?
Arrows, DIY.
Favi! What's up, Favi girl?
Hey,
How are you
hun.
doing, lady?
She said that she would, what did she say?
I don't think Favi is watching SWV and Escape.
I don't think so.
Are
I've
you,
watched,
Favi?
I know I've watched so many different things talking about it. You get them
And then
crossed.
have the nerve to talk about all of a sudden she's in an open marriage
Yeah, that's what gets me.
and trying to do gospel music. Where you going with that? Christians don't want no part of that.
That's
You're a
that's not
Christian
going to work
woman.
too well. I
How
think
are
she
you in an
only
open marriage all of a sudden?
I think she only said that because she found out about
Exactly,
the woman, the
foolishness.
side piece for 5 years.
Exactly.
What did she say? She says, and in the same breath, go down.
Go
Yes,
down loud. Yeah, go
go down and
down
download my.
loud.
Yes, she sure did, sure did. That's crazy to be in that position and everyone but the fact. Yes, yes,
That is crazy. But I thought it was interesting. Why would she choose to go ahead and admit all of a sudden to this open marriage?
because
What's the
the
purpose
whole
of
affair.
admitting it?
Because she
Mhm.
looks stupid knowing that, finding out that he's been with this woman for 5 years and he's seen other women, but
And
this
other
one here he's been
women.
in a relationship for 5 years. But you have a
Okay,
faithful
puppy.
Christian committed relationship where y'all
Yes,
committed to each other and
yes,
husband and wife and
yes.
oh nobody else. And then you get this bomb, boom. Now you're in open marriage. Here's KJ.
That don't make no sense. So
Candy
you
on Candy
instead
Coat
of
Nights and Candy on Candy Coat Minute that Candy and Todd have a threesome regularly. The last threesome was 6 months ago. Hmm.
hmm,
Hmm. But Candy did not say, like Latasha said, that her marriage was a Christian-based marriage and they believed in being the sanctity of marriage. But then you go here now because you find out your husband has a girlfriend and you say that it's
see,
open
hi
marriage.
KJ.
Hey,
Yeah, I
Glenn.
think it's so convenient now that it's open
Yeah.
because you want people to go buy your album. You want people to think about what? You don't want people to think that you are being swindled by your husband because you seem to be so in love with him and he's out there
Yes.
having other people and
Yes.
allegedly other children.
Yeah. Is it
So you're
two
gonna
other
say,
children?
oh, well, let's just say it's an open marriage.
It's
So
2 other
I
children.
know, and then she said, "Oh, I know everything. You know, you guys out there talking about this and that, but I know everything. My husband tells me everything, or whatever it is." So all of a
I
sudden,
don't
you're
think
in
he
this
does. I
open
think she
marriage,
just found out
open on
she had
one
to say
side and closed on the other.
that. Look, open marriage equals my husband cheats on you. Sure right.
Exactly.
You sure right.
Here you
Because the
go,
minute she
Felicia.
step out and start seeing
Hmm.
somebody else, he's gonna be butthurt.
Hmm.
And
I
I
don't know
bet you
where.
anything her down behind don't have a prenup.
Well, why would she go ahead and do that?
I bet she don't have a prenup.
Why would she have that?
Hmm.
Hmm.
I think with you being a member of Escape and you were at the high point of your career when you met him, a prenup should have been something that you had.
But wasn't he
Kind of
like
sad if you
allegedly
really think
working
about it.
with
I mean,
Michael Jackson and what's the other one? Ara Kelly? Wasn't he allegedly, big time working with them?
yeah, he was supposed to be. He's supposed to have been with Aura.
Yes, absolutely, Frugalista. That is
Yeah,
that is that part.
yeah, it
Yeah,
is.
not
And
having enough respect for yourself.
that's it. Because now
Just
you
so you
find out
can
this
so
man has been with this woman for 5 years and other women and have 2 outside children. Y'all don't have any children, but he got 2 children, his side pieces, and you're okay with that.
mm-mm.
And he's not working, he's living off for your money.
And allegedly taking kickbacks. What do y'all think
Yes,
about that revelation
open marriage
at
and
the
a
end of
gospel
last
album
week's
don't look
episode?
right. Look at her.
Allegedly
That's
taking
right.
kickbacks.
Adultery is what it is. You're sure right, Gladys. You're right. And the
Who's doing
gospel
it?
and what got me on the gospel show here on the radio when I heard an interview on there,
Oh,
they
Gigi.
kind of brought up the other woman, right? And she tried to play it off and say, we're dealing with that, and the marriage is dealing with it, blah blah blah. And then she
Yeah,
says, then she tries to change, kept trying to change the subject. So they played her gospel album, her CD, or her
yeah,
single. They
yeah.
played a
But
single.
that's a good point that Gigi's making. We talked about
Yes.
that already. Like, how dare you?
How you gonna sit there and
Dare you?
your marriage is supposed to be so crystal clean, and then it's out that he got outside kids and a mistress for 5 years?
So she has no respect for the gospel community.
Not at all, because
Oh, they just gonna buy the
this
album
here
because
is
I can
gonna chop it.
sing.
This is gonna chop it right here. Anything
Yeah.
she put out is gonna get chopped.
Yep.
This whole
Well,
thing.
it's gonna be out on the 7th. Oh, also on her Instagram where she was doing her apology tour to everybody when she was
Hmm.
Instagramming live.
Yeah, I
You
saw
should
that.
have seen the
Goodness.
comments. All the comments were like, "Oh, you lying. You a liar. You treating your sister this way. Oh, your
Yes,
album is
yes.
like
Like Tiny
almost every
said.
comment on there was negative. Maybe
She
one or
says,
two
like
people
Tiny
were good.
said, Rocky
Uh-huh.
talks to, yeah, he does. He's like, yes, he is psychotic. And somebody, who's that said that?
I think she
That
said
was on the
something.
Ricky show when she got off. They
Yeah.
were saying that how he was psychologically controlling her, and that's what it
Okay.
sounded like to them, and that he had a
Allegedly.
degree in psychology. And
I didn't hear that part.
my
But
thing
if
is,
you just listen to the way he speaks,
yes,
right? Even when you ask him a question, did you happen to hear the interview that Tasha Kate recorded when he was on the phone?
I heard some of it, but not all of it.
OMG. And he just kept doing this. And the more he talked, the more I was sitting there just like, oh, this guy knows exactly what he's
He
doing.
know what he's doing. He's
He
controlling
knows what
her
he's
to get her
doing.
money and do what he wants to do. He's doing her the same way that what's her name? Wendy Williams' husband did her.
Oh, allegedly. Kelvin.
Yeah, you know how the whole thing with Wendy Williams went.
Mm-hmm.
And And the funny part about Wendy Williams' ex-husband is you were so quick to sign the prenup papers and the divorce papers that you didn't read the fine print.
Mm-hmm.
You got your
Fernandito,
money.
did you see the thing I was talking about? That interview where he was on with Tasha K, and he claimed he didn't know she was recording him, and she had the phone on speaker playing the conversation they were having back and forth.
Well,
Oh my
if you
God.
talking to a reporter, you have to know that they're recording your conversation. Come on.
Absolutely.
When you
Uh-huh.
know somebody that does stuff like that, reports everything like a tell all, you know they're recording everything you saying. Don't be dumb.
The more he talked, the more it's like, oh man, yeah. He's trying to sell you a whole bag of
Yes,
goods.
yes.
A
Because
whole
see,
bag
like
of
with
goods. It's like, what? Oh,
because
that's a
like I was saying with
narcissist.
Wendy, when her ex-husband found out that when her show went off and she
Exactly.
has no show, he gets no more money. And he didn't
Mm-hmm.
read that. And so he took her back to court to try to get the money. And you didn't read the fine print in your contract you signed. When she
I
doesn't
haven't
have a
heard
show with
anything
her
about
name
her.
on, oh girl, he's suffering. Wendy's been up, going out. She's dating somebody. She's going out, hanging out, having
Oh,
fun.
is she?
She's doing her thing. She's getting ready to. They said she was talking about doing another like podcast like thing. And
You know how she
yeah,
refers to podcasts as the podcast?
yes,
It cracks me up every
she
time. Oh, I'm gonna do the podcast.
and then like this guy here, he reminds me of everything of Wendy Williams' ex-husband. Is he
Mm.
doing the same mind control flipping thing that he did to Wendy? He's doing it to Tasha, and she don't even see it.
Isn't it the same thing that what's his face tried to do with Tina Turner?
Yes,
Eat the cake, anime, eat
he,
the cake.
yeah, he did that same thing. What she says,
Yes,
he had grandma
Gigi.
like someone caught up and pushed him in the corner, and she started reflecting and
That's
throwing up.
what he was doing, Gigi. He was
Yes.
rambling like a fool.
Oh my goodness.
Yep,
And see, like now, and I
exactly.
I know Tamika
Mm-hmm.
don't have a prenup. I know she don't. And if she was asking for divorce now, he would take half for everything.
Mm.
And then all these little deals he been doing under the table that she knows nothing about.
Allegedly.
Yes, allegedly.
But did you see in the text? It implicates her in the text. In
Yes,
the text, it
it
makes it seem
does.
like she's
It
down
does.
and
Like
she
she
knows
knew, she was aware of
exactly what's
everything.
going on. Even though she's like, oh, how dare you? How dare you accuse my husband of such things?
Yes. He has no shame. Good for her
And then
if
the
she's
girls are
better
like,
now.
we're supposed to know
Yes.
and get a piece of every single cent that comes
Yes.
into this group.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not doing that way. And when I think the issue that Rocky was having too with Candy and Tiny is that they had their own money coming in. Hey V, that they had
Hi,
their own money
V.
coming in, and they wasn't depending on
I
people.
hear you, Fabi.
Yes, I'm
As much
looking at
as you can.
like you said, Candy and Tiny. They don't need this tour.
They don't.
They can go home and they'll be fine.
They will be fine. They
But
don't.
Candy also said that they have some gigs coming up where it's just the three of them, not including Latasha. It's just going to be the three of them. They signed contracts for that.
Yep,
Instead, can you type?
that's true. Organista. She figured it out because she said it. She said when Tasha gets to a point where she feels like she got what she wants and she doesn't need them anymore, she's gonna take
Yeah,
them to the curb.
that's exactly. He said that's what
That's
she does
exactly.
every time.
Mhm.
Every time.
Just keep it running across the screen. Yeah, how do you have a comment that confused across the screen.
Yes,
Allegedly, allegedly, allegedly.
that would be
Miss V,
funny.
how are you doing today?
What did she say?
Oh, that's my mama. Hey, mama.
Oh, she put hi, my child.
Yeah, I think she's trying to put enough love. And she's Jamaican, so she's gonna come with the patois. We're not trying to type nothing English tonight. Hello, mother. How are you? Oh, I didn't see Miss Stacy. I don't see Miss Stacy tonight.
I haven't seen her either tonight. There you go, allegedly. So I won't mess it up. Allegedly.
You put it up.
Yes.
You know what I noticed now, Miss Steph? I don't know if you noticed, just a sidebar. Can everybody see all the comments? Because you look like you can see all the comments.
That's why I've been putting them up on the screen.
Yeah, because the stuff from my mom is from my channel.
Yeah. Everything,
Right?
I've been putting them all
So
up on the
you
screen.
can
I can
see
see
everything,
everything.
but it's not every.
Right.
Oh,
So the Stephanie
now
escape may not come after you. But yes,
I ain't got
Rocky
nothing.
does.
I ain't got nothing for escape. Allegedly,
Allegedly.
allegedly, allegedly,
That's why I put it up there on the
allegedly.
screen. It's going across. Allegedly. Allegedly.
There we go.
Yeah, on mine, I get all of
Exactly,
it.
Miss B.
Yes, I have to say it. What's your mom say? She says, hey, daughter, I'm blessed, sweetie. Hi, everyone. But I think the thing that's going to get Tamika is she says that Motown has her back. But I think Motown going to drop her.
Listen,
All
they
this
had
stuff.
her back during all of this recording, but now everything is coming to the forefront.
Yeah.
And you over here talking about open marriages and whatnot. I don't know how
That's not
long.
good for a gospel artist.
I don't know how long they're gonna have your back.
Yeah, that's not good for a gospel artist to have an open marriage and your husband has a mistress
Listen,
for 5 years and as my grandfather used to say, spare kids.
yep,
Yeah, that's not good. That's not going to be good in the gospel community to have an open
exactly, V.
relationship and try to sing gospel. That's not going to flow in the
No, we're not
gospel
opening the
community.
floodgates of heaven with that. No,
No, that's
no.
not going to work.
Mm,
And I'm
mm-mm.
waiting to see what this is because it's going to backfire. And when it all comes down to boil, Tamika's going to be left, not Tamika, but Latasha is going to be left standing alone because she's burning too many bridges.
Unfortunately,
She's burning too many bridges. When you let a man control your every thought like she's doing, telling her what to say and what to think, and she's going to be left holding the bag by herself. And I'm sad to say that, but that's what's going to happen.
I
It's
hope not.
she's gonna be left holding the bag because Rocky got some way to make sure he get paid.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway,
I'm
it go
sure
he's
he
gonna
got a
make sure
little
he get paid.
getaway money stashed somewhere.
Oh, you know it. You know it.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Mom, Gigi and Miss V and Favi, everybody saying hi to you.
It's
Yep.
this. I've been watching. Every time I get through, I watch the show on Sunday. I record it. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Get after that, and I got on YouTube and poop 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 poop,
Yep.
and then Instagram poop 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 poop,
Yep.
Facebook poop,
Always
poop, poop.
something.
And I'm like, okay, what are they saying?
I'm like, girl, have you seen this? Girl, have you seen that?
Yes, girl, I don't believe that. I don't believe Tasha that they have an open marriage. She just yes, that's what I
No,
said. She's
no, 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 no.
embarrassed.
They
She's
don't.
embarrassed at the
Exactly.
family. They find out that her husband's been with that woman for 5 years and he has spare kids.
Yeah.
That's why she said that.
Yep.
If they had an open marriage, why don't he just say that Tasha
to
K
Tasha.
instead of trying to act
Exactly.
right.
Exactly.
Right. Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Oh, who's that? Right? Oh, he said, "Oh, who's that?" And then Tasha had to say, "Oh, the girl who's alleging da da da." And then he starts to go around the
Playing
world
the
again.
circle,
And
going around
then
the
he
world
come up and
again.
say, "Oh, something about she's under investigation with the feds and something, and her family is a bunch of scammers." And I thought you didn't know them.
Exactly. Exactly.
What?
Exactly.
Child.
Girl, I was just sitting there listening to the different ones. And like you said, you watch the show, but after you watch the show on Sunday, when you open up anything after the show on Sunday, bam, 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 bam. So you look at all these different ones going, I didn't know that. Whoa, wait a minute. Because I saw this girl earlier today, and she played some of the recording from the interview from off of a talk show of Escape being on there. And
Oh,
then
was
she
it
showed,
Jennifer Hudson? They
yes,
were on Jennifer
they
Hudson
wanted
with
Jennifer Hudson.
me.
And then she played, she started talking about how, what did she say? Or how I was ashamed that Rocky contradicts itself. How he said, like he said, he didn't know the girl, but then on the next thing, he's been with
Oh,
this
then
girl
that
for
was
5 years.
Jennifer.
And then he loves his wife, but
Yep.
he sees other people, but she didn't know about these other people. Yes, that is federal, Gigi. It is
Yeah, that's
federal.
what
With
he
those
said.
I saw an interview earlier. Hi. I saw a thing earlier where Latasha was saying that she would give her sister back the money. She didn't say a dollar amount. She said, I would give her back the money just as long as she doesn't press charges against her. Because she has all this documentation, the copy of the back of the check where they forged her name, the copy of the paperwork that they changed the address and used a passport to get her stuff sent there, and the records from the bank showing that it was deposited in his other account. Not alone to find out that the threatening texts you were getting were coming from your mama's phone. When I saw that, I was blown away. Haven't seen the show Wani's kidnapped. Oh, I saw you and Wani out there trying to pose at the restaurant for her birthday. Pose.
Oh, they were so gorgeous.
I was like, look at them, look at them, look at them.
Wait, but I didn't know whose birthday was it. Was it
It
V
was
or
Wani's
Wani?
birthday.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay.
I had to record the show.
That black and that yellow was so
yes, it was so pretty, wasn't it? V and her jumper just pose. Get it, girl. Get it, girl.
I hope you guys had a good time.
I have to record the show because I do a live on Sundays. And so when I get off my live on Sundays, and when my husband we get through looking at whatever we looking at, then I go look at the show.
Yeah. I don't get to it till like Tuesday.
Stand by your man. She said, Tasha's playing, tell me what name, stand by your man. You sure right. Because she think this man was the best thing since sliced bread.
Yeah.
And she got her face cracked when he admitted that he had been seeing this woman for 5 years.
Exactly. Miss Stephanie, put back up Favi's comment, please.
The federal. Or the long one. Here, this one. If they had an open marriage, they didn't. He just said that. They don't have an open marriage. She's embarrassed at the fact that he has these side pieces and she just now finding out about it. But to hear that thing, I need to go find that link where Latasha was saying that she would give her all her money as long as she don't press charges against her.
And then somebody questioned her about that, and then she tried to make it seem like that's not what she said.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember. Well, Fabi, you catch on quick for somebody who doesn't know the show, who hasn't seen the show. It's like, I thought he said he didn't know them.
That's right. He said he didn't know that girl.
No, but he know they're scammers, right?
Man,
And they have a
Natasha said that
federal.
Tamika word receipts, and now, yes, she did.
She
She did
made
tell
her
her
mad
word
when she
receipt,
had to post them. Yep,
and then when
that's what
she did her
happened.
live on YouTube showing the receipts, bam, it's
This is
SWV
Escape
versus
and
Escape
uh-huh. It's on Bravo Sunday nights at what,
at
8?
7 Central Standard Time.
Yeah.
It's funny when you look at all of this and you see all the
A
different
good watch.
shows and the people. She says, "I'm Hispanic." Detective Bubble.
Yes, Fabi. You put these pieces together quickly. You're like, this math isn't mathing, sir. Something's not adding up.
I think I know the other thing that got me too was when they were sitting down with their mother and they did the talking with their mom and all the
Mm,
tears and the hugs and everything. Uh,
I know you always talk about that.
uh,
Oh, yeah, yeah.
I
It's
just
too
said that
much.
was so fake. Yes, the mama is something. She said, the mama said she the fifth member of the group, that she should get a paycheck.
Mm,
Now,
mm,
one
mm, mm.
episode, the mama did say, well, maybe Latasha did need her money. We shouldn't have took it.
You mean
That's
what?
what V says. The mama's is trouble. Also, I think mama gets a cut of that money. Yes, she
Uh-huh.
does.
She did say in the first episode, "Oh, you don't know, she might have needed that money." And
Right,
Tamika's like, "Well, I needed it too. It's my money. I was pregnant." "Oh,
right.
you don't know. Maybe she needed it."
So that they
I mean,
already
that's
know
a
that
weird.
mama
That's a
already
weird
knew.
thing to say.
Mama already knew they took that girl money because she was getting a
That's a
cut
weird
from it.
thing to say.
Because how did mama get that big old house and that new car she got?
Well, they must have combined to buy her that stuff. Cause they were saying they were all living with their mama at one point.
Yeah, they were all living with the mama at one time. And then Tamika, not Tamika, but Latasha and her husband moved to New York. And Tamika got married and moved with her husband.
Tasha was living in New York, or you mean Tamika?
No, Tasha moved to New York. Her and Rocky moved to New York. Because Tamika said, I've never lived in New York. So why would I send my money to New York? That's where my sister lives.
Oh, I thought that because her husband is from New York, I think he's from the Bronx, that Tamika lived in New York. So she was
No.
saying while she was living in New York, they got sent to the mama's house in Atlanta.
Tamika said that she's never lived in New York a day in her life.
Oh,
So she
okay.
never
I
lived in
was,
New York. She said, so why
oh,
would I send my money to New York if I don't live in New York? I've never lived there. So I
mm-hmm.
was like, oh,
Gotcha. That would make sense.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So any man did me wrong. I'm not standing by you. You sure right. Stand by yourself. You won't embarrass me. Ah.
Not I.
What did she say? Now I have a question. I thought that I heard you guys say that Tasha K has an open. No, not Tasha K. Her crazy behind. No, no, look, Tasha Escape. She's
Yeah.
saying that she has an open marriage now
Mhm.
because she found out that her husband had been seeing other women, and one woman in particular, he's been seeing her for over 5+ years,
And
and he
she
has
did
some
an interview
outside
on
children.
Tasha K.
He has
She
some
did an
outside
interview
children.
with
And
Tasha
he
K.
said that on Tasha K, and also the girlfriend, the side piece, did an interview with Tasha K, and she had receipts showing where
Yes.
he had been with her and where
Yep.
he was paying her bills.
Right. Yep.
So when after Latasha found out about the other woman, then the next day she comes out and she says, "We have
Oh,
an
we are.
open
Yeah.
marriage."
Yeah. And it's
But
not for everybody to know. It's not anybody else's business. What
yes,
happens
she did.
between us is our, whatever we decide for
But
our
if
marriage,
you
and it
look back
works
to
for
an
us.
old
Yeah, we have an
RBC
open marriage.
show,
Break.
she said that marriage is between a husband and a wife, and you're committed to each other, and you're bound by God, and you
So
don't step
how
out of your marriage.
so
You talk
how
these
do we
prayers.
get an open marriage all of a sudden?
All of a sudden, you
Mm,
have an open marriage. She said
mhm.
all that talk that she would have about how good. Yes, I guess he wasn't.
Mm, 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 mm.
Now they don't have any children, but he got outside insurance that he didn't have since they've been married. Not before they were married, but since they've been married.
They have a son.
But he has two outside.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting
Mm-mm.
there looking at the fact that your marriage is supposed to be, she's saying her marriage is the best marriage and all this, but yet now all of a sudden it's open.
Mm.
So who have you been seeing?
Excuse me.
Because open marriage means both of y'all are in the marriage. Girl, I need to get a mirror over here because these bangs are working my nerves. Now, if an open marriage means both people are seeing somebody. V says, take my money and pay another bill and see what you. I know that's right. You take my money, you paying your side pieces bills. I tell you, they remind me of Wendy Williams' husband.
Right? A whole house down the road.
Yes,
A whole
a
house
whole
in
house.
his
His
name
woman down the house, down the
down the
street,
road.
3, 4 houses down. She down the street. Yeah.
The audacity.
And then you paying that with money, my money.
Ooh.
You get her a car with my money, but I go have that sucker picked up while she in the nail shop. I got that car picked up. But it's
Mm-mm-mm.
still the point that you using my money to take care of your mistress. There's no such thing as an open marriage. That's
No
just mess.
such
You sure
thing.
right. I feel that if you don't want to be with that person, then leave. Don't stay there and make that person think that everything is fine while you ducking and dodging and could bring home something that make a leg fall off.
Right. But isn't the point of the open marriage? Isn't the point of it to make everybody feel like they have a say and we're being honest and truthful, and we don't have to sneak around and have to go behind each other's back? Like, have you guys seen these new not sister wives, like the African American version of the sister wives, where it's like one woman and two men,
I've
right?
seen the
A husband
preview of
and a
that.
boyfriend. Did you see that preview?
I've seen a preview of that.
But what hubby was saying is that the boyfriend also has somebody he's committed
Right,
to in addition to the wife, and the
right,
husband has somebody he's committed to in addition to
right.
the wife. But they're just focusing on the threesomes. They're
Yes.
just focusing on those three
They're
people,
focusing
but
on
they're
her
actually
and who
outside
she's sleeping
people.
with.
Exactly.
That's it. It
What
says
is
Tasha ain't
what is going on?
seeing now one she's not seeing her money from Ricky boy. Yes, she's not seeing her money because he's taking her money. Rocky he's controlling her money.
Mm. I don't know about that.
Rock is controlling her money. But on that show you talking about, Tamara, I've seen it, the preview of it, where it's a woman with her husband and her boyfriend.
Yeah.
But the boyfriend, like you said, has somebody else he's seeing, and the
Yes.
husband is seeing somebody. But they're
Right.
not showing those other two
No, they're
females.
not.
They're just
They're
showing
not.
the men with her.
Yeah.
I'm
Mm-hmm.
sorry. If you want to see somebody else, you need to let me be. Sign them papers and go on with your business. Because if you can't give me the respect of being with me like you said you was going to be, then there's no need of being here. and no, you're not going to be a roommate. No, you're not moving upstairs. You getting up out.
Hmm.
I don't do that. Open marriage. I'll get rocking open. But you know what? Latasha could fix that. She could. She could snatch a chain and fix that right quick. But I don't think she has the backbone to do it because it's your money. He's living in
Hmm.
your house and with your money. So you could put a snatch to that. You
But
could
who
fix it.
knows? This guy is like he's very conniving. So
True.
who knows if he is if anything is even in her
You know
name
what? I bet you the house is not in her
or it's
name.
all
I
in
bet you
who
nothing's in her
knows?
name. I bet you even
Who
her
knows?
mama's house is not even her name. There's no honesty. This is so-called open marriage. If there wasn't honesty in the original marriage, saying that's right.
Okay.
Same people. Yes, ma'am.
Hello. Hello.
Yes, ma'am. I
What's
don't.
the honesty? What is the honesty?
I don't do the open
Oh, you
marriage
want to be
thing.
in love with me, but you also want to be able to dip it and do it. Like
When you see
Wendy
somebody when you
Williams
go
said.
out, you want to be able
Uh-huh.
to do that.
Uh-huh.
No, I don't. I don't see that as being a marriage. I see that as a joke.
But you know,
You're right. She
well,
said Rocket not even cute. No, he's not. He's not even
girl, but
cute.
listen, do you guys know that Ozzy Davis and Ruby D were in an open marriage?
What?
Yes, go
What you
research that.
say?
Allegedly. Yeah, very interesting, right?
Yes.
Very interesting.
Very
And
interesting.
then you look at Will Smith and Jada and the entire entanglement.
Yeah.
You have to be open for this young guy, your son's friend, to be able to come in and get with your wife,
Well, Will
and
was
you
at the
just
same
you
time
just
when
you just
she was messing
entertaining.
with him. Will was messing with that girl who played what
What
was that
girl?
on the movie? Oh, what was that movie that he was in where he was the bad guys? She played Harley Quinn in the
Oh
movie with him.
please. Uh-huh.
That's who
What's
he
her
was
please?
seeing. That's who he was
Give me a
messing with.
break.
Nope,
Give me
that's
a
who he
break.
was seeing. That's who he was
Give
messing with.
me a break. So then everybody's is why are we open then? Just go about your business and do what you want
Yes.
to do.
No, yeah, no, not Ruby D. I know it.
Not my Ruby D.
That just blows my mind away. That just blows my mind away right there.
Yeah, old Hollywood, man. Old
Yeah.
Hollywood did some
But you know
stuff.
what? In a way, I can understand.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, because when these actors now, one of them is in California, the other one's in New York. They
Mm-hmm.
see themselves, they may see their spouse maybe one time that month, or they may not see them for 6 months to a year before they see their spouse.
Right.
So I can kind of understand it because they're never at the same place long enough to really do anything. Because that's what happened to what's her name? God.
What's she in?
Debbie Morgan. That used to be on All My Children that played Angie.
Oh, Debbie. Uh-huh,
Yeah,
Debbie
when she was
Morgan.
married to the guy Rock, when she's married to him, they were good
Oh,
because his show was in Los Angeles and she was in New
uh-huh.
York. They didn't
Okay.
see each other for almost a year before they saw each other. And then when
Wow.
they did were able to see each other, it was only like for a week, and then they were back to, the other places. What she said,
Okay.
she says Hollywood is a mess, full of sexual demons and freaks. I hope no one is looking to them for marital guys. Girl, please. I would never want to share my man. When you get married, that was not the agreement.
That's
No,
not the
no,
agreement or the arrangement. I'm
no, no,
sorry.
ma'am. No, ma'am. That was
Mm-mm.
not it.
No.
I see, because I know a lot of stars, like it's a basketball player now that he works on ESPN, and he works in California, and his wife is on ESPN, but she's in New York. It was 6 months before they saw each other.
Are you talking about Rose?
Yes, they
And
got a
then
divorce
they got,
because
yeah.
they never saw each other.
Mm-hmm.
So I can see that, girl. All them crazies, knowingly, I'm not swapping. No, no, no,
Mm-mm.
no. So I can see, and I can see it in some instances, like in their predicament, because you don't see your husband, your spouse for a year, and then when y'all get together, y'all may be together for a weekend, y'all in the same house for the weekend, but then he comes in that Saturday, you come in that Saturday night,
Yeah,
then that
that's
Sunday
still
you
ain't
see each
doing it.
other, and
Uh-uh.
then Monday you're both going back on the plane.
Yeah, no, we still ain't doing that. Mm-mm.
I can
We're gonna have to make
understand
it
it.
work. We're gonna have to do a drive by, a
Something.
fly by, a bus by, something.
See, that's why a lot of them who have morals have divorced, because they said they didn't see each other enough, and they did not want to step out of their marriage, so they rather got a divorce, and that's what they did. What is KJ saying? Are there any celebrity couples out there who have couple goals? Hmm.
Hmm. That's an interesting question.
It sure is. Because I'm sitting here thinking like,
Hmm. Because look at what Favi said before that. That's basically what it is. And you don't know what's going on behind these closed doors and these Hollywood parties and
right,
these things that they have. People have to sign NDAs. You don't know what is going on with these people.
right. I was thinking, Denzel and his wife have been married forever, but there was an instance at one point that he is supposed to have stepped out. So I don't know. And
Who
then you have
knows?
Samuel and his wife have
Don't
been
you
together
dare bring
forever.
up Sam.
And I kind of figure, yeah,
Yeah.
I know a couple that have been
Yeah.
married for 40 years and the wife busted the husband numerous times. Oh, and she
Mm-mm.
still stayed with him. I don't know,
No.
because I told my husband, if I
I
find out
don't
that
know.
you were cheating on me, it depends on what mood I'm in that day, if you keep your stuff or y'all both live.
Hmm.
'Cause I don't know. I don't
I
know.
do not know.
I couldn't do it. I couldn't sit there and knowingly I find out that I'm thinking my marriage is sound, and then find out my husband's had a woman on the side for 5+ years and they have a child. I don't know how I would handle
Yeah,
that. And then
it's
plus he's paying
not.
her bills.
Because I think that's what happened to Wendy Williams,
Yeah.
right?
She
I
well, she
think
told
Wendy
her husband,
already knew what was going
she knew they
on.
were messing
She
around, but
knew
she told her
something. She
husband,
knew.
as
She knew.
long as you don't have a baby, I'm
Mm-hmm.
okay. And then
Mm-hmm.
you had the baby, then
Yep.
she started cutting strings.
Yep.
But
I
now that
think
he don't
that's
have to
what it
sell
was.
everything because he's not working, talking about he
I
got
think
bills to
that's what it
pay.
was. KJ, I'm gonna have to say a no on that. I can't. Mm-mm.
I can't. I don't.
I
Let's
can't
see.
think of any.
He says
I mean, back in the day, I think people used to be
temptation.
enamored
That's
with
not
Will and
fair.
Jada
Well, you know what? You're right,
back in the day.
KJ. Some men can't resist the temptation, but I think that if they really have that respect for their wife, like they should have, that they wouldn't do it. I said the point of celebrity couples is to destroy an image of the holy marriage and make people believe that the marriage could work successfully without God's statutes. You show all right. So I can't sit here and say that I know of a Hollywood couple that was a true couple, because
Mhm.
so many rumors were out there, so many things have been said that other ones have done, so you don't know.
Mhm. You don't know.
You don't know. And I
Mhm.
don't know. I don't know. If I found out that my husband had a baby while we've been married, ooh, Y'all,
That'll do a lot.
y'all
I'm
will see
sorry.
a side of me that nobody has seen
That would
in
be a lot.
years.
Yeah.
I think I will become the evil of the evil.
Crap. I bust the windows out your car.
Yes, the moves. You could catch me on a good day where I probably just beat him up and kick him out. Then you might catch me on a day where I want to set him on fire. You never know.
Mm-hmm.
Depends on what state of mind I'm in. But I'm not for the cheating.
It's interesting, right?
But
Because
the silly
sometimes
money.
you think if this happens, this is definitely how I would respond. But then I can see a different side. We're like, okay, well, we've built this life together. This is what we know. This is what our family knows. Do I, and then this is what women do, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do I break up the family because of the actions of the husband? So now
Yeah.
it becomes, well, are you going to break up our happy home by
Right.
saying, I'm leaving? No,
Right.
brother, that's not the case.
You broke it up when you stepped out.
You exactly. You're the one that did what we agreed not to do. You're the one that stepped out on your vows, not me. So now if I'm taking the only action that I should take, now you're gonna tell me, oh well, you're the
Yeah.
one. No, I don't think so. I don't think so.
Yeah, I think that if God's not in the marriage, in the center of
But
relationship, it's a
I
lot of
could
trouble.
could empathize
Yeah.
with a woman or man who chooses to stay regardless
Yeah.
of,
Of infidelity.
you know,
Yeah.
yeah, I can empathize with
I
somebody who
can
does
see
that,
if
but
they thinking, okay, it was one time and, we can work around this and get counseling or whatever. I can, okay. But if you keep doing the same thing,
mhm.
I don't see it. Yeah, right. Denzel promised to never hurt her again. Yeah. Because he was supposed to, I thought
Oh,
he was supposed to have stepped out with Shalal Lakin. So we can't say who is ready.
mhm.
Because like I heard today, um, Beyonce and Jay-Z have a prenup and a postnup.
Ooh,
Yeah, they
okay.
have a prenup, and in the prenup,
Right, Favi.
she gets $1 million for is it is it a 5 million for each child she has, and she gets $1 million for each child she has, and 5 million for each year they've been married. If they get a divorce after so many years. And if he steps out of the marriage, she gets so much money. But in the other part of the prenup, the postnup is she gets to keep her money. Oh, stop. I just read what he put. Stop.
We're not going
Hello.
there with Miss Tina and Teddy Campbell,
We
okay?
can't do them. That it says
You
she gets
want
to
to start
keep
with that one?
she gets to keep her money and her
Mhm.
properties, and he gets to keep his money and his properties. But it's so much a percentage of the money that they made after so many years would get split, something like
Mhm.
that. But they're
Now,
a couple.
what if she's doing the cheating?
Is she if she's doing the cheating, it's I guess they put that in there because of the woman he supposedly had went seen that night. That's her sister jumped him in the
When
elevator.
Solange boxed him down, when she
That's when they got that
boxed him
post
down in the elevator. Yes, 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 yes. Don't you ever in life, okay? That's my
Girl,
sister.
I know that's right. Now
She
this,
too much of a goody two shoe, but
yeah,
I ain't.
she was
Pow!
on in the elevator fighting, wasn't she?
Woo,
And
child.
Beyonce standing back there in the corner, not saying a word.
Mm,
I'm like,
I
man.
told you she crazy.
I'm like, man. I'm not going to jail for no man. I
Nope.
won't touch. I won't
Mhm.
hit him. Otherwise, where it hurts, I'll play nice and get everything. You know what? Everything will be. he be paying me money forever.
You would have to play the long game, right? You have to play the long
He's gonna
game.
pay money for me forever.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna get alimony forever. Yes, the
Mm-hmm.
kids suffer regardless, but the marriage is ruined. Is it right to stay together for the kids if fighting out? I know somebody that's doing that, and
Well,
they're
maybe
staying
they're not
together for the
fighting all
kids,
the time. They don't have to
and
be fighting all
they're
the time.
arguing all the time. They argue in the room, and the kids can still hear them. And the
Mm,
kids are affected by, they're depressed and self-esteem is low. You're not helping the kids.
right.
Is it lawful to leave your spouse if they have sex outside the marriage? Biblically, God understands, God. But you know what? It does say in the Bible that you can leave a marriage. So divorce is in the Bible. But if your spouse is cheating on you and you leave the house, then he's the victor. Because when you file for divorce, he's going to say you abandoned the marriage because you left. And if you had anything that you were trying to hold on to, he can take half of it. So it's best if you're going to file for divorce for him, you need to file and stay there until the divorce is done. Because if
Or
you,
he leaves.
yeah,
You're not leaving nowhere.
because if
He's
you
leaving.
leave, they're going to say you abandoned the marriage. That Tammy, are you from the islands?
Yes, V. We
Oh,
are from the
I
same
saw your
island.
island video today.
Wagwan. Oh, she did an
Yeah,
island video today?
yeah, they did. It's a group from women from the island. So Tamara is, and so is Shoshana. Both of them from the islands.
I have to check that out.
It's a group. She was saying
Oh.
early in her video, and she did an Easter tablescape, but she did it where it was like set up in the store
Oh,
where
the
you set it up,
tablescape
all the different
from
Easter stuff on the table and
wait a
set it up.
minute. Okay, I watched yesterday. I watched Penny Pincher's video, Tablescape.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't get to watch the rest of them. But
Watch
is
the
that a new group that they changed the
yeah.
name?
Yeah, V was saying it today when I saw. Let me get to her message. She said,
Okay, because I know I didn't see
"So
Miss what's her name? Lady that love red.
y'all need
Miss
to talk." She
Kimberly.
went to
I didn't
care of
see
V
Miss
because
Kimberly.
she is her and Shoshana are island girls.
Yes, V. We can't always spot each other. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, Fabi. Wagwan, Fabi. Yes, girl.
Well, let's
Oh
see.
my goodness.
Does anybody have anything else they want to say about the show? What does V say? Why you say you will box him? I
Yes. Dress him up and box him. Yes,
well,
yes,
I
yes.
know Sunday is Easter.
Mm-hmm.
So we will be back next Wednesday because I think next Wednesday is the season finale.
Yes, yes. This
So we
Sunday is
definitely need
season
to be back
finale.
on here to talk about the season finale next week.
Yep.
And then we're gonna see
And whatever else is gonna come out
if
in the
they're gonna
street.
play reruns for the prior seasons or what. So we'll have to keep up with that. What did she say?
Box him. Yeah, slap. Mm-hmm.
She said,
Lick.
oh, yeah, that's the other one.
Lick
Who
him
is
down.
this?
Yes. Yes. Yes, Miss Michelle. But
So
yeah,
next week, I
so
know it's going to be the season finale.
mm-hmm.
So we really need to be here next week to talk about the season finale, and
And
then to
whatever
find out
else
if they're
come up.
gonna to see if they're gonna play the reruns until they come back on.
Are they coming back on? Because remember,
They,
this is supposed to be
I
one and
heard that there was
done.
going to be one more. That it could be a possibility of one more season.
Oh, that would be awesome.
So we need to find out if there's going to be the possibility of another season.
That would be awesome. And you know what? We went back and we was looking at some clips from the Just Kicking It.
Yeah.
Everybody looked different. Did you see? Even Latasha looks so different. You're like,
Yes.
what? That
Yes.
was only like 6 years ago. How does that happen?
So different.
We're
So
lighter and
different.
brighter, and our facial features look different. Everything. Like what?
Plastic surgery. Plastic surgery.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. Allegedly. Plastic
Allegedly.
surgery.
Lomi not here to tell us allegedly.
Okay, what did she say? Bravo, better. I haven't watched reality TV in decades. I think they.
Right?
I hope they
I
bring
have
it back.
not seen like in a long time like R&B divas. I used to.
Right.
Oh, thanks, Mama.
Yes,
Oh,
I'm
I'm
so
gonna
glad
come
you
see you in the
came.
morning. I'm gonna bring you juice in the morning.
What did she say? Robbie keep yes, he keeps under the bed with no sunlight. That's why she got brighter.
I can't.
The
I cannot.
girl. Oh my goodness,
Yeah.
y'all. Let's see, what time is it now? It's 8 o'clock.
You ate already, Miss Steph?
No, I haven't eaten yet. My husband
Okay.
came. He just got in from dialysis, so I heard the door
So
open.
he's waiting on you.
Yeah. What did she say? She says V. Yeah, V is something else. Y'all, yeah, we messy. We can be messy sometime. I thought, uh, she thought she was detecting the accent.
Yes, it's here. Wait, are you from the islands?
Night, night, time for Abbott. Good night.
Abbott Elementary?
Yeah, on tonight.
We recorded. We
What's
haven't
her
even
name is
seen
supposed
it.
to be on there now?
Ooh.
Oh, girl, you know my mind is really short. I can't think people's names. Let's see, free lister. You should watch the episode. It's very intriguing and trying to mind and controlling by a man. Maybe
Uh-oh.
he might be cute and stop.
Oh my word.
Taraji.
Other
Taraji's
place.
going to be
Oh,
on
Taraji.
Abbott now.
Oh, okay. What's she
Good night.
playing?
She's going to be
Night
that
Gigi.
short teacher. She's going to be her playing her mom.
What?
Yeah,
Really?
that's what it said in the
Oh, I
preview.
guess she just wanted a role because she don't look like she could be her
She look like
mom.
she old enough to
She
play
don't look
nobody
that
mama.
old.
Not like that.
Not like that. That's
Well,
funny.
I'm going to get off. My husband just came in from dialysis, so I can go down there and warm up his dinner and make sure he's okay
Oh, you're
and
such
eat
a
dinner.
good wife. Listen to this good wife over here.
Girl, when he come
Warm
on
up his
dialysis,
dinner.
he's be
Uh-huh.
sometimes the dialysis make him sick, so I have to figure out if he
Oh.
can eat what I cook or eat soup.
Mm.
Sometimes it'll have him sick, sometimes it'll have him cramping. So I got to see where he is, what state he's in tonight for
Yeah.
him to eat.
Okay. Well, we
I hate
won't keep
dialysis,
you.
but until he can get a kidney, this is what it's going to be.
Wow.
V says, if I can look in your face, I can't take
Take
nothing
nothing
else from
else
you.
from you.
Yeah, he's not cute.
Gotcha. Yeah.
He's not cute.
Got you.
Thank
Right,
you.
Bobby? Oh, so sweet.
Well, ladies, I enjoyed you tonight, even though we were talking for 20 minutes and
Who
wasn't on.
we were talking to, I don't know, Miss Steph. But they are run one more time, chat, 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 chat.
But we are good. We got it straight.
Yes, ma'am.
So we will see y'all next week for the season finale episode to talk
Bobby,
about
make sure
that
you
and to
watch it.
see if they're going to keep the show going.
Really,
SWV
Remo.
is weak should be the song to
The
close the
song to
show.
close the
Weak is
show.
biggest song. Oh, that's what they were
Yeah.
arguing about.
Yeah, I agree with that. It's a
Yeah,
bigger song. At this
it
point,
is.
it's not about, who's putting more butts in the seat
Right.
like they always talk about.
It's
Yeah.
not about how many followers you
On
have
this,
on
on
Instagram and
this one,
Facebook.
yeah. For this one, it's the biggest song,
Yeah.
and that's weak.
So
All
we will
right,
see y'all next
everybody.
week.
Good
and
night. Good
we'll
night. Good
find out
night.
what the show said. I'm gonna have to write down what I'll be watching so I can be ready next week.
I did that last week. I didn't do it this week. I was sitting there taking notes, like, oh, child. Yeah. Yeah.
All right, ladies and
Good night,
gentlemen. Thank you
everybody.
for coming, and we'll see you next week.
Walk good.